Dairy cows in Claremore are leisurely waiting in the pasture until feeding time. That's when they come in for their afternoon milking too. And when the red light is on, it's time.
In our operation, she walks into a stall that sprays a cleaner sanitizer on her udder, and then she's allowed to come into the milking parlor where we physically wash her udder off and then dry her off and put the milking machine on it.
The girls come in to be milked every morning and every afternoon, making about 500 gallons of milk per day. The milk moves through a piping system and ends up in the bulk milk tank, which cools it to 40 degrees. Then it's bottled up and ready to be sold. About 2,200 gallons are sold here every week.
By the regulations in the state of Oklahoma, they can only buy raw milk at the dairy where it's produced. And there's one other dairy that we know of that's selling some raw milk in the northeast part of the state, but otherwise I don't know of any other dairy in the state that's selling raw milk.
79-year-old Harley Swan has been working in the family business pretty much all of his life.
My father started it with one cow in 1923. My brother and I bought the business in 1962, and then later he sold his business to me and my family in 1972.
And over the years, they've won a lot of awards for their all-natural dairy products and have gained a lot of loyal customers.
I've been coming here since I moved out of my parents' house because I grew up on Swan's milk and wouldn't drink anything else.
People come from all over to buy Swan's dairy products for their families. We watched as customers bought milk in bulk, a gallon for each kid in many cases. Mary Decker says she's tried regular milk at the store and there's a big difference.
It doesn't taste right once you've had this kind. My little brother once said, "Please don't make us buy that gas station milk," because on the weekend sometimes we have to stop and pick something up at the grocery store.
Their products have been pasteurized and maybe homogenized, probably homogenized, where ours is all natural, just raw milk that has been cooled and then bottled.
None of our cows have ever had any hormones or steroids, so we don't feed them antibiotics. So our cows are healthy, and therefore we come up with a healthy product to start with.
And what milk they don't use, they turn into cheese, Colby, cheddar, and mozzarella cheeses. Diane Williamson is Harley Swan's daughter. She's been working here and learning the family business all of her life, too.
As far back as I can remember. I think I actually started working up front selling milk when I was 12 years old.
Her expertise is cheese making. 600 to 700 pounds of cheese are made every week. In the early stages of the process, it starts out as curds and whey. Throughout the day, the whey is drained, leaving freshly made curds. Williamson says it's all about timing and temperature, and they pride themselves on the all-natural product it produces.
We don't add any coloring to any of our cheeses. They're all natural, no artificial coloring, no artificial preservatives. The only preservative we add is the salt.
The curds are packed into stainless steel boxes and pressed. The remaining whey is drained off, and the finished product is a block of cheese. And before the cheese has even had a chance to begin aging, the girls are back in the pasture getting ready to start the process all over again. In Claremore, I'm Rosecrans, the Oklahoma News Report.